What's going on, everybody? It is Jury from ATF and the creator founder of PVL. Yeah, I'm in game. Tonight we're not doing PVL stuff. I'm going to cover something NTG, non-toxic gaming. If you're not familiar, they're a pretty big deal. They're an organization that spans multiple games. They are very well integrated into the communities of multiple, a bunch of games actually, and they do a lot in the way of attempting to, work with the game company, work with different people that are involved in the game itself to make it better in whatever way that they can. They do a lot, and I think everybody should give these guys a little bit of love because they're worth it. Everything that they're doing is sort of the same thing I'm doing with the PVL. What we're trying to accomplish, it's just very aligned goals. So it's easy for me to support somebody like that. APOC is great, his group is great, and I look forward to continuing to work with them in a lot of different things. But tonight they have put together a tournament. It started yesterday actually, and it covers really the fact that we're seeing the end of the original Arena of Valor map, going tomorrow to a new map. From what I understand, they're doing this to kind of get the Kings of Glory map, the Arena of Valor, the differences there, and kind of get those a lot closer so that people going from one game to another can more easily translate what they know and how to play. This is going to be the finals of the, I guess, like the Tier 2. And it's going to be Team Supreme versus my guild, ATF. So I'm pretty excited. For both teams. Supreme has done very well. They're a good team. ATF I'm more familiar with because it's my guild. But both of these guys have competed pretty strong. ATF is undefeated in this tournament, and I'm going to try to keep my ATF love to a minimum in order for Team Supreme to win, because they have lost at some point in this tournament. They have to not only beat ATF in the first best of 3, they will have to beat them in an additional best of 3. So it's going to be a tough road for Team Supreme, but they are definitely a team that can do it, and I'm excited to see how it goes. So we've got the bans rolling. Malik, simple. I mean, no reason not to do that. Aram, yeah. Superman, of course. Grak, which, I mean, I wouldn't ban Grak, but there have been a heck of a lot more Graks here recently, I guess since the AWC. And he definitely can be a pain, but I don't. Yeah, you get rid of the tanks and make it a little more challenging for everybody if you have a plan. They get rid of Lindus, which is smart. They get rid of Rourke, which is smart. First pick is going to go to Priv8Dancer, who oddly enough is one of the sponsors for this. So he's fighting to bring it back to his home team. I like that. Priv8Dancer grabs Slims, who has also seen a huge increase in usage since the AWC. Crixie has as well. Violet, I don't think that's really changed much, so, there's that. Xenial, who is a character that I'm a big fan of. I am not good with him. Well, no, let me take that back. When he first came out, I did really well with him, and then I didn't play with him at all. And I revisited Xenial probably a month ago, and I just did not realize how far behind I was. Now that people know how to use him, it made me feel really bad. So I have not used Xenial since. Let's see. So we got Xenial, we got Liliana. I mean, solid meta picks. Nothing crazy. Scud, on the other hand, has definitely increased in usage. Period. I mean, there's no way you can deny that. Scud has been really getting dirty here recently. He's a powerhouse. He's got a great deal of hit points. He can do great burst damage. There's just a lot of positive going on with Scud, unless you're on the other team. Arduin, not the typical meta pick, but you know, he's still strong. It's really all about abilities and all about how they mesh with the team. My favorite hero is Chognar, but I mean, Natalia is amazing. Even before they unnecessarily buffed her, she's even better now. I probably play Natalia or Aram the most. So we've got, looks like Teamy is going to be in there. Irie's also, yeah. So they're done. Final pick is going to come down to Wolf. Let's see what he does. He's just building that. He's building stress. Now both teams have pretty much built around the meta as was described to us by the AWC. So I would expect to see another one of those. Lumber? I'll give you Lumber. I like Lumber. I don't use them. Alright. Just blasting some stuff out on Twitch. Trying to get some people in for obviously my side and for Rain's channel. And honestly, right now, I'm nervous about the new map. I mean, I am by no means an amazing player. I think I'm okay, but I fear big changes like this. But I'm also excited about it.
10 seconds remaining.
Pretty excited to see what is in store for us. And I'm curious. I've been checking into the map for the map that they're building it toward, to see how it's going to affect us really. And I mean, it's similar. The graphics, I'm really curious to see how affected I am by the graphics. Yeah, well, I mean, I've got like 800 and I've played a bunch of games on Chognar. Violet jungle, Slim's jungle.
Welcome to Arena
Let's see how this turns
Get
out.
ready.
Everybody moving together.
5
I'm
seconds
just gonna move you over here.
to engage.
Yeah, that's much better. Everybody moving together. ATF's a little bit split up at the top. We got three on the one side. Scud's taking some serious heat. You can't get out of that. Crixie's there. They kind of come together and try to push them back. It's not really gonna help. But did they? Who got the buff? I didn't even see. Oh yeah, there it is. So Slims gets the buff. Violet's, well, they're gonna get there. Looks like ATF's gonna get the Supreme red, so kind of balances out. They did take one casualty, so not too bad. Supreme definitely came out on the better end on that side, but it wasn't devastating. You know, could have been worse. Supreme is a little bit faster on getting back to positions. It looks like ATF's got got one roam, and the mid's kind of roaming with. Violet's moving pretty quick considering, and we're looking at a trap that is definitely going to take Lumber out. Maybe not. Maybe not. Lumber lives. Violet is still alive. Crixie is still alive. So now we even out on kills. Gold is spot on. Man, this is so far a pretty close match. Liliana doing her thing. We got Slims just chilling. He's able to get the stun, but it's a little too far back to turn it around. Xenial gets pushed back. Teamy jumps in. Scud, with all that movement, he's just able to slide right out. And it looks like ATF is really functioning on keeping everybody just in one lane and let the roam and the jungle really create that pressure so that they can then push the lanes. And it looks like Supreme is sort of just kind of hanging back and waiting for a mistake. Teamy is moving a little bit, and Liliana is kind of backing him up, but I think that's more in response to what the ATF guys are doing. But the good thing for Supreme is they're not allowing it to control the entire function of the team currently. They're not losing wave. They are taking a little bit of heat on bottom. ATF is going to take... No. They got the Abyssal about halfway, and then they were able to jump in. Crixie threw... Oh, that's going to be tough. Teamy does go down, but he blew his mid. Yeah. And I don't know, Xenial is fighting for it. And Supreme is able to get the Abyssal, but it doesn't... God. That Irie's really hanging in there and getting some stuff done. But no real terrible penalties there. And they kind of swap back and forth. ATF does get the upper hand on kills, but it wasn't really directly affected by that battle. ATF is sticking together. Let's see what the plan is. I see the movement, but I don't see specifically what either team is trying to accomplish. ATF's got the roam thing rolling. Teamy is kind of just bouncing around, seeing what potential they have, and everyone's kind of moving with him. Irie and Arduin just hanging out up top. There's not really much going on there. ATF though is really controlling this lane on bot, and Supreme is really controlling the lane up top, which could come into play in about 30 seconds when that Dark Slayer comes up. And they are all on top of it and ready to go. I don't know that they're going to jump in on it. Yeah, looks like they're going to jump in on mid instead. Try to get a couple kills in. Scud goes down. Looks like Crixie is down. Lumber should get away. Lumber gets away. But that pretty much frees up the entire river for Supreme. They're able to jump right on top of the Abyssal as soon as it spawns. That is going to go down. Dark Slayer is up. ATF is still kind of picking away at some lanes in the jungle just to kind of keep it alive. But right now, it's a bad time to lose control of the river. Because well, we'll see. If Supreme can control the river, that will change a lot as far as the momentum of the game. ATF looks like they've really been trying to control this the area in and around the Abyssal, and I think losing that Abyssal is really going to kind of give them a little bit of pause. Teamy's jumping in, really just being annoying. But Liliana backing him up. It's a strong potential for some damage. Scud just being annoying, which again, it's just what Scud does. Everybody's really vying for control of the river, but they're afraid. It's like they're just afraid to jump in. Teamy, however, is not. Irie jumps in, gets a shield. Xenial is there. Lumber is able to get out. Crixie kind of doing a little bit of damage, but that Violet is running away from the Liliana ult. Crixie still, she lives. Even on kills, Supreme's a little bit up on gold, but nothing, it's not substantial. What's going on, full counter? Violet moving in, trying to steal the Sentinel. Irie's there. Violet still gets it. Arduin kind of keeping control over mid. And it looks like Supreme is just going to jump on Scud, take him out, and that gives them a lot of space to really move around. Scud's just one of those characters that can really control an area. Not at the level of Superman, but it generates a nice, comfortable level of control. So they take the Abyssal. They're moving to the top. I still don't think they're going to go for Slayer, but they want to control that area to prevent ATF from getting it. Yeah, the Irie goes back to lane to clear wave. Crixie's just kind of looks like scouting. Teamy just kind of covering. Xenial jumps in, and there's nothing. I don't really see Supreme making a big attack. I mean, if they can hold them where they're at and just starve them, I mean, that's ideal. It is weird that this, Slims is gonna cover that tower just to make sure it doesn't go down. But I am surprised they missed that. Teamy goes down. Crixie and Violet are doing some damage, but Liliana is just not putting up. Whoa! It's like they went in the jungle and just tried to escape and managed to do just enough damage to get one down and push him back. I really think Supreme could have probably killed them all. Well, the three. That was a probably a bad move on ATF's part. Crixie is done. Violet probably should be. Oh, Violet does get a kill. Arduin is in. We've got Lumber. So we got some meaty guys in mid. Scud moving in, just kind of chilling out. Gonna hang behind Wave maybe, yeah. And everyone's kind of just rotating as a group. We've got a 3-man roam moving up top. I mean, if there was a time, that would have been the time to jump on Irie, and it still would have not been a good move with that Teamy. Teamy's on point. OG Ring, you're doing a great job, man. Arduin just kind of covering that tower, but there's a lot of heat coming, and it's not going to be good. Yeah, there's no way. And Xenial. Poor guy. But ATF gets the Abyssal. There's still a little bit of disparity between the kills, a little bit of disparity with the gold. But ATF's moving hard on that bottom tower. And I don't see... No? Well, that's why. They've got a whole group rolling in. Crixie and Arduin might be able to hold those guys off. Question is, who gets it done first? Oh my god. Scud just tearing it apart. Is he gonna get it? He's not. Is he? He's just tanking it. He doesn't even care. Yeah, it's done. Man. Well, that was interesting. So ATF pulls out the win there. It's kind of a shocker. It is a best of 3, and if Supreme wins the best of 3, they will play another best of 3. Supreme has lost, I believe, to ATF earlier in the series, but at the end, the only undefeated team was ATF. So Supreme won through that bracket and won a chance to compete at the end against ATF. And I think the only way to make it fair was to have a best of 3. If ATF wins, they win. And if Supreme wins, they will then be even and compete in a final best of 3. So, game 1 was really close. They were spot on kills, they were spot on gold, you know, within a couple hundred. And it really was just a matter of who can get to the core first. Is this going to be something that is possible with the new patch? Who knows? A lot's going to change. I think specifically, I mean, everybody's talking about the Dark Slayer, and everybody's talking about the Abyssal, and the insane changes to, I guess, the Abyssal specifically. If you kill the Abyssal after 10 minutes... Sorry guys, I've got a pretty rough sinus infection. But if you kill the Abyssal after 10 minutes, you then get a buff that is substantial. And it depends on your class. So, there we go. So like mages get mage related stuff, support get support related stuff. I mean, honestly, it's pretty awesome, but I feel like what they were trying to do, number one, they're trying to make the maps from Kings of Glory and Arena of Valor pretty much the same. because Kings of Glory's obviously gone through a number of updates. I mean, years before Arena of Valor existed. They're just trying to even them out. And number two, they're trying to speed up the matches. So if you get to 10 minutes, they're just going to throw it all at you and see who can get it done first. Quick. I don't really mind long matches, but apparently that is not the ideal situation from a developer or maybe just a general public standpoint. Let's see, should I start inviting? Yeah, let's do that. JDK. I invited the whole team. So I don't know what. I think, was that the whole team? No. There you go. Nani. Alright. So what's going to change? Who gets banned that was not banned before? Anybody? I want to see Aram actually played. Let's see. Better? Yeah. I had to take off all the cool stuff and go back to my Thane situation. I've been really putting a lot of effort into the website here recently for PVL. I haven't been able to play as much as I would like, so I feel like it'll be a good thing for me walking into the new patch, just so I'll be on an even playing ground. Pretty much hit Diamond and have played nothing but 3v3s for like 4 days. And it's fun. 3v3s are great, but it is not the same. I mean, it's just a matter of, you know, you're already level 3. It's easy to get to like level 6. The website is not up yet. The website is premiervalorleague.com, but there's nothing there. It just says, hey man, something really cool is going to be here soon. But there's nothing there. I got a really cool email. That's exciting. jury@premiervalorleague.com. I'm not cool, you know. What can I say? GG. Alrighty. Alright. If you are watching, please do not join. is nothing personal. It's a fairness thing. So now that we're back on track, apologies to that guy. I am almost certain he's in my guild. He's at least on my friends list. Maybe he's not in the guild. I know that guy from somewhere. Friends list? Maybe? Friends list. There it is. I feel better. I'm not crazy. Alright, so we are almost there, I believe. So in order for, and this is just going back, in order for Supreme to win, they need to win the next 2 matches and then win a best of 3 following those 2 victories. And you know that last match was not long. I mean, it wasn't like a super long game. They weren't totally stacked in one direction or another. It was pretty much even. They both had the same basic game plan. They got to a certain point where they felt comfortable, and they just pushed on the furthest lane they could find. One team was at the top, the other team was at the bottom. But it shows the power of Scud. He does solid tower damage. He can clear wave pretty fast. Scud is like a fair-ish version of Superman. Fair-ish. I definitely expect to see Scud banned. But the real question is, who doesn't get banned? See, most of these guys, I don't get to play a lot. I mean, you know, there's 100 people in my guild. I don't get to play with all of them. Tooth, I play with a lot. I have a lot of faith in Tooth. Really, to be honest, I mean, I think both of these teams they've got it together. Supreme, it's unfortunate if you didn't get to see the previous matches in the tournament, all the matches yesterday. There were a lot of really, really good matches. I didn't get to see a single ATF match yesterday. I just got to hear about them after. But I mean, from just in guild chat, well, in Discord guild chat, they were talking about how, number one, this was a very exciting thing to be a part of, and number two, in competing in these matches, you really learn a lot about yourself as a player and your team as a whole in different ways. If you're paying attention, you can miss really key stuff if you don't have an open mind. And they just really were talking about how exciting it was to be competing in general. And I am excited to be a part of something that allows or will allow people to compete, hopefully not just for now, but for a while. And other organizations like NonToxic Gaming, that's what we do. We want to help you find whatever your level of competition is and make it happen. A bracket company, if you're familiar with challenge.com, it's basically challenge but with an O in the launch. Has really good software, and I think it's something we're gonna use for the PBL. APOC. I was sort of familiar with it. APOC sort of discovered it recently, and I mean, we're both pretty big fans of it. I think the brackets, they put it in randomly. They took the people that were on teams that were all masters and all like high diamonds, put them in like a set A, and these teams are the set B teams. Alright, so what's actually going on? Bans: ATF banned Grak, Lindus, Arum, all smart. Supreme bans Rourke, Superman, and Slims, all smart. looks like Supreme's over that whole Scud thing, so they went ahead and picked him up. They picked up Malik. Both solid picks, both definitely meta. Violet for ATF is, according to some people, she's meta. I just don't. I understand the little roll is amazing, but I just think Joker's better. Just me. So we get Crixie, we get Arduin, we have Violet. So similar teams so far for ATF. The question is going to be, how do they fill that Scud spot? Whoa, yeah, now we're talking. Give me some of that elephant love. Give me Chognar. Okay, I think I hurt myself. So we end up with Alice, which is, she's good too. Hopefully we'll get to see the new Alice skin. I've been waiting for that one for a while, and I'm really surprised that for her, I mean, that is the good skin. And I think I've seen one person other than me use it. It just really surprised me. And Natalia, who is, she's great. We got Roxy. Wolf's gonna finish it out. Slims, Lindus are banned. So who do you pick? We got Roxy, jungle. I think the Thane is just kind of a filler to give them less time to plan. Or maybe Thane is what's happening here.
Red team's turn to pick.
Zuka is definitely strong. Very strong right now. Batman would be an odd choice. I've seen a lot of Zill recently. Not even with the new skin, just people playing Zill. And we end up with Murad. Moad. So Active Frost swaps, gets Murad. That's Malik, Scud. That in and of itself is a lot of hit points. So ATF is going to be it's going to be a little bit meatier of a team. Roxy's good damage output. Arduin's okay. Crixie is a lot. Violet's a lot. I think this is going to be a little bit more even than even the last game. I guess my only question is, how do Arduin and Thane stand up to Malik and Scud from like a tank standpoint? Huh. Well, guess we're about to find out. I really like that name, Priv8Dancer. My name's not very clever. I think I'm just jealous. And how do you beat some of this stuff? Tiamat, I mean, that's awesome. Toothpick, dangerous. Afro Sun, what does that even mean?
Welcome to Arena of Valor.
I mean, Jury.
Get ready.
You know, literally everyone calls me Yuri. That was not the plan.
Prepare to engage.
So it looks like ATF's going to do the split like they did last time. Supreme is going to stick together like they did last time. They're going to push hard. So they're getting blue. There's no real question of that. Thane moves in to the other side with Roxy backing him to get their blue. Roxy gets it. No, Violet got it. So we are not gonna. Yeah, I mean, you can't do enough damage that fast with everybody split off like that. So everybody kind of splits to their specific lanes. Looks like Scud's gonna get top faster, and it's gonna get. It might not. They may not miss some of this wave. Yeah, Roxy's able to get there fast enough and clear that out before they lose that XP and gold. Natalia's just doing. She's doing exactly what I would do as Natalia. Just hanging out, just making sure everything's covered, and trying not to die at level 2. But as Natalia, I think, is best at around like level 6 to 8. She kind of evens out toward the end when everybody gets like super stacked as far as their defense, their magic defense. But 6 to 8, that's the key. So we've got everybody kind of set on the Abyssal. Not enough ATF, I don't think, to really save their attempt. And these guys are just going to move right back in, grab the Abyssal. You better, yeah. But that's just something Natalia can do, even at early levels. She's got high damage, she just can't really finish to begin with because her movement is terrible, but her damage is just awesome. I think I mentioned this, Natalia is like one of my favorite characters. Looks like Roxy is gonna... Is she gonna get out? No, yeah. Nat with the laser beam. Malik is just being devious. Yeah, he's gonna back off. Got a lot of ATF guys in the jungle, just kind of bouncing around, clearing some mobs. Man, I've got to wake up. Long day at work. Scud doing Scud stuff. Just really putting pressure on that top wave, or on that top lane. Supreme's moving up, but not to take anything, just to generate pressure. Looks like they're really going to try to get that tower done, and they may not have a lot of trouble doing it. Violet does the roll, gets out. There's still so much pressure on that tower. There's no way. Whoa! I did not expect Murad to go down, but he did. With that one little minion.
A blue team tower
But they
has
do
been
take the tower
destroyed.
either way. Everybody's everybody's back on wave. They're not going to push that. They're just generating pressure. Malik is, I mean, pretty extended, and he's not really in any danger at this point. Natalia, what are you doing? I love it. They're going to take out the Mike Gold. Well, Roxy's right there. She may be able to get it. Roxy steals it. There's a lot of heat right there that you don't want to be involved in, and Murad. Just Murad. He's tough though. He's tough to use for me. I am not a jungle playing person. I'm not a jungle player. But I have tried, and for some reason that it's like 5 seconds that it opens up his ultimate. That's just not enough time. Not for this guy. And everybody's just kind of keeping their eyes on the map. This is something that I knew existed, but I was not aware of exactly how important it was until I saw the AWC matches. And you saw some of those matches, they weren't even going for kills. Like, these were low kill games, and they weren't concerned at all. Oh man, yeah, that was unfortunate. Nani could get the Scud, but yeah, Scud goes down. They might have a little bit of a push going, but that Alice and Malik are just moving right in from the side. And Natalia, yeah. It's time to get out. I just don't see how Thane could slow down this Murad. That's the key right there. Murad is going to be able to do enough damage with Nat backing him and Malik tanking. I mean, that's a strong team build. ATF's really in for it in this match. They're gonna have to fight hard. Natalia just wrecking it. And soon, once she gets her level 3 ultimate, the cooldown on that thing is going to be low. And they're really going to be in trouble then. But there's just not a lot of pressure going toward the red side. You got Crixie with a little bit. Looks like Arduin top is trying to push. They're not controlling the river in this match the way that they did in the previous match. And it looks like Supreme is just letting him move in and preparing. I don't think they realized that Crixie was there, but Scud moves in. Natalia. Oh, Natalia. That Thane is not getting away. Yeah, I mean, all in all, not much of a chance there. Looks like Supreme was way more prepared for that team fight. Murad, just doing Murad stuff. And yeah, she's got to be there now. That cooldown is just insignificant at this point. Roxy, no mana. Well, hang on. Violet's back. Can she? I mean, you're gonna have to clear that wave. It's too many Too many ballista moving in hard. And they're just going to go for top instead. And they're definitely going to get that tower. Gotta clear wave. Whoa! Somehow, the top tower did not go down. And meanwhile, Thane in the middle, just pushing. Malik moves in. Arduin and Thane are not going to be able to do much, but fortunately, Violet is there. Natalia goes down. We got 4 mid moving on. Well, kind of in a broken, scattered section, but they've got 4 moving toward the Abyssal. ATF is going to be able to take it. But what's that going to mean when they reroute? No, they split up. So we've got Arduin pushing bot. Thane right there. I feel like Violet might need some cover, but I don't think. It looked like she was chasing Scud. That is the last person I would chase. He can move too quick and do too much damage. He's pretty much like Raz on steroids. He can do all those things. So we got a nice little wall of Supreme up top. ATF looked like it's pretty much just bouncing in and out of mid lane just to see what's going on with wave and just basically to make sure their buffs aren't getting cleared. Scud's able to get a tower. He does go down, but I feel like the damage is already done. Murad jumps in. Natalia, not the best ult for Natalia, but it's still there. Still got some damage in. Natalia right there. That slow's really hurting that Violet. Now Natalia is doing a pretty good job. For a character that doesn't have a lot of CC, he's doing a good job of taking advantage of what he has and allowing it to set up for like Murad and Malik. Murad jumps in, jumps right back out. He does not have any stacks, so that could be good for ATF, but it looks, well, no, Crixie pretty much took him out, but Natalia's on point. Got a little bit of a fight up top, that Roxy versus Scud, but I think the match is going to be determined by what happens here. We've got pressure up top. Looks like Natalia is splitting to go top. Roxy can get away and does. We've got a strong wave push on bottom. Scud's going to clear that. And a little bit in mid. So a little bit of a situation, but it looks like Supreme is just gonna hang out in the middle and kind of push forward from there. They've got the damage. They can sustain. But losing Malik there is not good. That is not good for Supreme at all. And they're just going to jump right in on the Slayer. Just kind of form a wall. Thane's just kind of chilling just to make sure they can't get close. And that's definitely not going to be good for Supreme. Roxy rolls back top to clear wave. Scud's moving in on bottom. It's really going to hurt as far as the time on their buff, but they can still take advantage of it. They've got 4 mid. They don't have wave. Wave is probably 5 seconds behind. They just jump in and take the tower anyway. Murad has kind of a rough ult. He didn't want to get too close, which is understandable. There's just too many people there. Malik is back, but yeah, he's just trying to tank for him at this point. That tower does take a little bit of damage, well, about half. But the ATF momentum right now is strong. Supreme has got to shut them down, and they have got to shut them down now. They back off and they go for Dragon, which I mean is good. I mean, they're down substantially on gold. No, I'm looking at the wrong team. They're way up on gold. So I don't know that that was a huge benefit. What is the plan? Maybe they're just waiting on wave. Now Crixie gets Soaring Aura, and that's going to help her. And her. And Malik is doing everything he can to tank. But there is just a substantial amount of damage coming in. And he needs to be alive. He needs to be able to cleave. He needs to be able to do that damage. And looks like Violet's just gonna pick away at the tower. I think one more hit and Violet. No, no, not quite. Yeah, she takes it out. So mid tower goes down. Got a little bit of heat going in up top, but Alice, Natalia, Murad. Yeah, there you go with Murad. Natalia, not ideal, but does get some damage in to kind of push him back. And it looks like Supreme is just tired of this. They are gonna, well, Scud goes down, but there's still a scary potential right now for Supreme to just go off. Malik waiting for the right moment. Alice is just trying to keep that wave back. Malik is, yeah, it's too late. And it looks like ATF, they're just gonna fight through it. Nani. Oh, and Murad, there it is. Not quite able to get it. Thane's gonna stay and clear wave, but Scud's already back. Yeah, you gotta get out of that. That is exactly what Supreme needed. They have no towers. They don't have a lot of clearage, or they don't have a lot of clear as far as the waves are concerned. But ATF's got a long, I mean, they had a good bit of time to think about what they've done. And that should give them just, yeah, they're going to push. Still about a 7,500 gold lead for ATF. Looks like they're just going to set a trap. Murad's just going to kind of peel them off. They're going to move in different sections. Scud not able to get the penetration he was looking for. Murad just was not able to get through. Malik is right there trying to do what he can. Natalia uses that ult, and Alice, yeah, that's probably going to be the end. And we've got Wave backing them up. Yeah, that's it. Alright. So, and I don't mean to be this way. I'm going to say I'm proud of both teams. I'm actually proud of every single team that participated in this tournament. Some of the teams are fairly new. Some of them are not so new. And all teams competed professionally. They were respectful, and they fought hard. That's all you can ask for as a tournament, as somebody that puts tournaments together and likes to enjoy tournaments, as far as play, these are the teams that you want to play against. They're good. You can watch them and learn from them. And at the end of the day, whether or not they bust all your teeth out and just embarrass you, or whether you're able to come home with the victory, it's done in a professional way and respectful. And at the end of the day, we all want the other teams. We want all these teams to succeed. That's kind of a standard battle cry for non-toxic gaming, and that is definitely a standard battle cry for the PVL. I'm gonna see what's going on now. I believe that Kranez and Flipside are about to be at it, so I'm curious to see who's going to win that. Kranez has beaten them once earlier in the tournament, but that should be, I believe that's going to be on One Range channel. And what I need to find out is, do I need to cover that, or should I step back and let One Rain get some love? Here's what I'm getting at. If I go offline, I'm probably gonna hope deep down that you go to Twitch and look up One Rain. Not probably. That's what I want. Let me see first. Did anybody see anything amazing other than that first match? Because I mean, I think it is hilarious that both teams had the exact same game plan and just rolled in. And that was awesome. Alright, so it does look like we are going to cover. Oh, I was getting up with APOC to see. Oh, well, alright. Alright, round 2, Kranez. Let's do this. Eh. Da, 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 da. 4, 5, 5, 9. Please do not join this. Alright. We're in. And while we're waiting on this, I think I'm going to get something to drink. So, don't go anywhere. I'll be back in about 2 minutes. Alright, we are back. Getting ready for this Flipside versus Kranas for the tier, and it was a two-tier situation. We had tier 1, which were some of the big names, Kranas, Flipside. There were a bunch actually. And the tier 2, which were a bunch of other teams. And ATF won. Woo! So, for tier 1, Kranas has really held in. Kranas did defeat Flipside once, so it's going to be a similar situation to earlier. Flipside's really going to have to try pretty hard to get it, but they definitely can win. Both of these teams are really strong, so I'm excited to see what they bring to the table. Kranas bans, we've got Xenial gone.
Red team's turn to ban.
I don't know who. See, I didn't get to see a lot of the tier 1 stuff yesterday, so I feel like I'm at a disadvantage. RM gone.
Blue team's turn to ban.
Which are pretty straightforward. Nobody wants a tank with a global ult that heals, and RM is just insane. So, Lindis is a pretty standard choice. You can't go wrong banning Lindis. She's crazy. I actually tried her the other day. It went exactly as one would suspect a Chognar main to do. And you're gonna ban him? God. I'm not gonna get to see Chognar. It's hurting my feelings. But maybe after this game, it'll balance out.
Red team's turn to ban.
So Violet is done. Who else? You got a lot of strong players still available. This is interesting. And you're gonna ban, which is fair. Man, these, I have to assume that these are very like these bans are specific to the teams. At least from Flipside. Chognar can't be a normal ban. Right. Kranas gets Slims, which is pretty standard. Flipside's getting Irie. Are they going to get the tank early? I feel like there are some obvious people that are hanging out and are just not getting picked up. Teamy, he's strong, but strong enough for a first pick? I don't know. And Irie, also strong. I'm waiting for it. I would assume you know what I'm waiting for. Is it not gonna happen? Liliana? There it is. It was just a matter of time. Or do we roll with the other DC hero that's brutally overpowered at this point? so many options. I'm gonna say stick with the Superman. I mean, the way the team build's going, you kind of should. Okay. There you go. So you get Alice, which is smart. Gives you that support that you need. And Superman is basically like cancer on legs. Now I will say, Morin is not a bad pick against Superman, in my opinion. I run into Superman players in ranked, well, in just normal matches, and if you time it right, Morin can take down Superman. If you time it right. So, you know, it's all about timing. Is ALG Beast that guy? That's the real question. Is ALG Beast the guy that can shoot down Clark Kent? Lumber, I mean, good support pick. There you go. There's the other guy who is horrifically overpowered. He's still good in lane. I didn't think, just because of the function of the character, I didn't think he would be when he first came out, but Flash is really solid as a mid lane guy. I mean, he's got mobility, so he can get away from anybody that just kind of rolls in. He can jump right in, get some damage out. Not only annoy the other mage, but he can clear way fast. Tara's not a bad pick. I mean, it's a tank that is also annoying. Nothing like Superman, but her ult is pretty great. And Raz. So I'm curious, Doze. Is Doze gonna play? No, yeah, I didn't think so. So we've got Johnny 5 on Flash, Art of Blee on Superman, Xavier on Tara. Doze is like the forever support guy, and he does a pretty great job. I played with Doze and a couple other guys, was it like last week sometime. Very much on point. Had a good time. So the question will be, can a pretty meta team with Malik, Irie, Morin, Jungle, Lumber Support, and Raz, can they take what is essentially a team full of characters that are assumed to be broken? And obviously, you know, your Diamonds and Masters. The cool thing, though, we get to see the Alice skin. So there's that. You know, the only thing I don't like about this Alice skin is the stupid snowman in the middle of her ult. Literally everything else I like. Just don't like the little snowman guy. So Doze rocking the new Alice skin. Looks amazing. They're kind of splitting off. We've got most of the guys from Flipside moving as a group. They're going to invade. We got Superman just kind of chilling and waiting just to kind of push him back. But to be smart, he backs off. Basically just lets them have it. Moves forward. Man. I need caffeine. But they are able to take the might from flip side, so it balances out. We've still got 3 Kranis guys kind of chilling on the river, not really getting a lot of push, but they are getting wave. Tara's up top, Slim's clearing jungle, Alice just kind of moving around in the middle just to give them an eye so they can see where the other team is. Superman is there, has not engaged yet, but he needs to. Flash is there. It looks like pretty much all of Kranis is there except for Tara, which does not bode well regardless of, who's on the other team. Just that team build is going to be hard to overcome. Alice does get away. We're still 0-0. Gold's pretty much tied. Abyssal is about to spawn. Flipside is surrounding it, but Kranis moves in. I think as far as hit points, Flipside's a little bit higher, but Kranis has a ton of poke options. And it should be, I don't know, it reset. So start back over. Raz is almost dead. We get 1 kill on the flip side. And I expect, yeah, they're going to go for the Abyssal. So Abyssal, though going down slowly, is going to go down before Kranis gets back. Kranis just kind of maintaining that wall to make sure they know where Flipside is and that they're not moving into their jungle. Flash just kind of hanging in there, just clearing wave. He does get his 4, so he gets his ult. Tara and Irie are just kind of chilling up top, just trading blows. We got Lumber rolling through mid, just kind of see what's going on there, check on the buff. And Morin in the meantime is just clearing. Malik moving as well. Pretty much everybody from both teams is staying on the move, not really staying in one spot long. I feel like bottom wave is being ignored, and Superman goes down. That's a lot of Flipside guys. That's a dangerous thing. You've got Flash, kind of used his ult a little prematurely. Doze goes down. We've got Slims and Flash left, but there's a lot of damage potential from Flipside standing right there, even with the tower. Superman's there, but he isn't able to do anything. Now that they're kind of coming together, Flipside is low on hit points. That may work out in Kranis' favor, but it doesn't. Flipside is able to get 2 more kills under their belt. And I don't know, he's able to get away. Huh. That could not have been better timing for him. We got Raz and Morin just pushing wave. They're gonna get this tower. There's just no way they won't. We got Malik coming in on the back line just to kind of cover. Flash sees that, and they back out. Then we got a little bit of action. Flipside is going to take the Abyssal again. And we get a pause. Right now, Flip side is controlling the match. They're both playing smart. The Flip side, as far as the team builds, even though Kranis gets Superman, Kranis gets Flash, I feel like the overall team build on Flip side is better. And I just think Morin is an absolute monster. So nothing really happening right now. Except for poor Tara. She fortunately jumps out. Flip side gets the Sentinel. So let's see, Bat's down, Abyssal's down. All by Flip side. Which is why there's such a difference in gold. And Tara goes down, and all of a sudden, pretty much Flipside's whole team is at top. Malik is still mid, clearing wave, keeping a push alive there, which kind of forces pressure on Kranis to tail it back down and get there, and hopefully have enough time to defend. Superman is there. He's gonna roll out to the side, probably, and now he's clearing wave, and they're just making a strong push down the mid. They back out, they take a little bit of damage, so they get out in time. I will stop yawning at some point, but in the meantime, Kranis they are able to kind of push everybody back, but Dark Slayer, nah, reset. Flash and his ult is very, very powerful for kind of mitigating the separation and keep bringing everybody into one spot. Obviously, that's how it functions, but when you combine that with Superman's ability to just barrel roll through people, I mean, you get those two guys in sync, and that's a pretty big hammer that's going to be hard to stop. In the meantime, Flip side taking out the Abyssal again. They've created a wall, so basically Morin can just take it out. Get it on charge. Let's see. Got a push going, but no one seems really interested in engaging. Superman's there, and that's not going to bode well for him. Flash thought about it and then realized the error of his ways. Still got a pretty hefty group in mid. They're going to kind of converge on Dark Slayer. Push Kranis back, and can't do anything about it, and likely will just kind of send Morin back to take out the Dark Slayer if need be. Superman is going to go down. No, he lived. The Flip side, they're pretty hurt now, but Wave, they've got Wave. They're going to be able to take this tower as well. Superman does get a little bit of damage in, but it's not going to be enough to really make much difference. Flip side guys are ready. This is the last best of 3. It is not the last actual game. Meanwhile, looks like Kranas is ready to kind of commit to the Dark Slayer, but they don't realize what's right in front of the Dark Slayer. I'm just gonna have to drink a bunch of caffeine. And it looks like they're ready to roll. Morin's got it at about half life. Malik jumps in. Kranas is right there, but Flipside is able to take it. Irie is going to jump right in on that Slims and nearly die. Definitely paying for that. But with the Dark Slayer buff and that regen, and there's, see what I mean? It's that. The snowman, it just kind of ruins it for me. With wave, they're able to clear that tower as if it weren't even there. Superman gets melted. Poor Alice didn't stand a chance. Morin is getting a little too overzealous, but it's, at this point it doesn't really matter. Yeah. So Flipside with a 13-0 victory against Kranas. So that was a pretty decisive victory. I think I think jumping on Flash and Superman, while they are very, very powerful characters, that's kind of proof that you can't always just jump on a particular character. So match 1 is in the books. The question will be, what's the response to that going to be? How do you respond to something that decisive? I mean, they're going to have to make some changes quick. But I mean, a team like that can absolutely make those changes. They can absolutely correct that. In the meantime, oh man, we're full again. Who joined? Ah, a bunch of people. Ah, and then that one guy that didn't speak English. He left. Sad. Alright, so we have the lobby ID. We are in. I am out of the wrong spot. So this could be the last match of the night, I believe. This will determine the winner of Tier 1. See, that's what I'm talking about. Doze he's ready to go. He doesn't even care. Their team, I guarantee, has already come up with a new game plan. They have made adjustments. That's awesome. And they're motivated.
Blue team's turn to ban.
So let's take a look at the bans. We are definitely going to see a difference in bans this time. And I seriously doubt it's going to be Superman or Flash. Chalk, why are you banning Chalknar? Just leave him alone. Aram is out.
Red team's turn to ban.
Lindis is still a good pick. I am not going to discriminate against that.
Blue team's turn to ban.
No one should ever have to play against Lindis jungle. it's just hard. It's harder than it needs to be. No elephant.
Red team's turn to ban.
He's an elephant. Just leave him alone. Aren't they? Flip side won 13-0 in the last match. That was the first match, so we'll see how they respond. Rourke gone, Chognar gone, Aram gone, Lindis gone. I do not expect to see Superman or Flash. And Xenial, yeah.
Red team's turn to ban.
Yeah, just I'm not afraid. I'm more afraid of a person playing Superman on my team than I am of someone on the other team having Superman. That probably sounds weird, but I just don't want to. I just don't want to play with Superman in the game.
Red team's turn to pick.
Irie for flip side. And let's see what the response is from Kranis. Now again, key point to remember, Kranis has not lost in this tournament. Oh, Valheim. Don't do it. Pick anybody. Don't pick Valheim. Oh, this is stressing me out. Or maybe you guys have a different opinion. Is Valheim jungle a good idea? Yeah, we're going Valheim. And Omen.
To pick.
I don't mind the Omen pick. He's pretty strong too. He's a good tower. He's good for tower pushing. We're gonna take Alice from Kranis. We got the Malik. We got Irie. Fair enough.
Red team's turn to pick.
Still not getting a solid grasp on the team build that they're going for. I mean, I understand why people would pick Valheim, and I understand the Omen pick, but I feel like now would be the time to, let's see, where you have a 16-second delay. Now would be the time, in my opinion, to pick a mage and a real tank, or like Scud. But you know, and they pick a mage and a real tank. I guess Greg is a real tank.
Turn to pick.
So flip side, we've got Alice, we got Malik, we got Irie. There is no mage currently, and no Violet. So I mean, that could be easy. Just pick a mage that You're not really building your whole team around him, but you're gonna need that damage. Irie does not do the damage that I expected her to do. She has cool abilities, so there is that. But she did not do the damage that I expected her to do.
Red team's turn to pick.
Just gonna swap ears. So who tanks? That's the real question. Who is going to protect? Is it gonna be Grak? Yeah. Arduin. Okay. So we've got solid damage with Arduin. He's got a little bit of CC. Grak's got the hook. Ullman's got a hook. Valheim has that whole stun situation. That's a pretty good team. On the other side, we've got pretty much Malik for actual heavy hitting hit points. Violet does not have that. Alice depends on how you build her, but I mean you can get her moderately geared and she can defend herself pretty well. Flash, it's just like Superman. Flash is only as good as the character or the person playing him. Alright, so Doze with Grak. I like it. I gotta do something about this yawning situation, and I have no suggestions. I'm just drinking caffeine. Pretty sure it's just because I got this head cold sinus thing.
Get ready. Minions will be deployed in 5 seconds.
No. If I could just get my sinuses fixed, I think I'd be okay. Alright, everybody rolling in. We got a little bit more heat coming from flip sides, and Doze is chilling. He grabs the Sage Golem, which I'm gonna be honest, I'm really sad that's gonna be gone. That is one of the coolest things for Grak to do, is just jack buffs. And that was perfectly executed. Alice hanging out mid just to kind of help Flash. They're going to rotate down. Grak's right there, but they're not. Well, he hooks the Flash. He's taking a little bit of heat, but not enough. Liliana is in mid, and Grak is just kind of waiting to see how everything goes. He's probably going to hook blindly. Well, that would have been my expectation, but he doesn't risk it. So they clear wave, no damage to towers. It looks like Kranas is pretty well controlling the river at this point. Flash is able to get away, even though he had to blow some abilities to do so. And he's back. He's clearing wave. That's the important part. And Kranas, I mean, they've got an unfortunate amount of damage potential chilling in the mid. They are low level, so that's not too bad. So Kranas moves in toward the Abyssal just in time to find Flipside at about 75%. There are more KZs than there are available to take this abyssal. Huh. So they're building that wall. Alice is gonna die. She lives. How does Alice do this? Just be annoying, stun, run away. Poor Malik. He tried, but there's just a ton of damage coming out. Flash is going to be next on the dead pool. Liliana is not going to be able to hit Alice, but got close. And there's still, yeah, there it is. So it looks like Valheim is going to not take the Abyssal and just basically pull it away. They should have the tower down in time. They do. And meanwhile, Ullman, well, he ports back, but he's just hanging out up top. Just clearing a wave, just getting fed. Abyssal looks like Kran is on the Abyssal again. I mean, we basically just at the end of game 1, Flipside dropped that momentum, and Kran has picked it right up. They're really focusing on objectives, which I can't stress enough. Lane waves are objectives. Just accept it. It might not even be right, but definitely makes a big difference for me in general use. Looks like Valheim is in a pretty advantageous situation. You've got Arduin right there. You've got stuns. He did do a little bit of damage, but it's all pretty insignificant. And we're, you know, that the whole point of that stealing strategy is to not let them get yours as well. But these guys just back and forth are essentially moving with the expectation that the other team is going to do exactly what they want to do. And so they're planning for that, and it puts Flipside at a disadvantage. It's all about psychology. It's all about what happened to you that day and how badly the game is going to drive you crazy in the meantime, when all you want to do is rank up. Alright, so a not terribly exciting battle down here. Just a lot of hit points, and they are not going to be able to really break through that. They are not going to take the Abyssal, maybe. Yeah, they're definitely not. So we got everybody sort of, almost, kind of in. But no one will commit. And Flipside. Oh yeah, there it is. Get that flash on point. He's immune, he's annoying. That's what you need on your team. Now, just remember, as a part of the new map, you're not going to be able to clear the Abyssal the way that these guys are doing it. The way that everybody does in every match ever. They're going to try to take the Abyssal, maybe not be successful with it, and then just give up completely for the rest of the game. As if that one Abyssal Dragon kill is going to change everything. Now, with the patch, it definitely could change everything with the different buffs and such. Kranas is definitely staying on point with their jungle. They're getting a majority of the waves. Just a lot of waiting. So we've got Flipside just kind of hanging out in waves in their own jungle. And looks like Flipside not being able to commit is really the most concerning part of this match. Now, obviously Grak is intimidating, Liliana is crazy good. Valheim, though annoying, is pretty good if you build him the right way. Grak is, Grak. And Arduin, you know, I've not spent a lot of time playing with Arduin, so I don't know. But, let's see. No real commitment. Abyssal Dragon is up now. So we should see a good bit of movement coming down this path. Just waiting on a commitment from somebody. Kranis gets wave cleared and push forward just enough for them to get that tower. Maybe? No, they're not able to get the tower. And that turns everything around. Flipside takes him out. We've got Liliana just trying to cover. There's a lot of damage right there. And that's going to be hard to stop all those guys. Abyssal Dragon is going down. Liliana's right there though. And their mid tower, Kranis is able to take. So, all in all, Kranis is definitely winning at the moment. No towers down. You got heat going in on this top tower with no backing support at all. But that's enough to split everyone apart. That is definitely what appears to be going on. Yeah, I haven't really been playing, but last night I stayed up pretty late. It's coming back to haunt me. Omen is there, unfortunately. Grak tries, Liliana tries. The problem is you just can't walk in as staggered as they were. If it had been smooth, that fight would have gone a totally different direction. But they're able to get the towers. Wave is exactly mid in all three lanes. So with essentially, well, Malik's really the only person that's alive. That is the time to make things happen. And Kranis is just going to jump right in on the Slayer. Malik is not, he's not having that. But Malik goes down anyway. Probably would have waited till right at the end. But that's just me personally. Still got some heat coming down from Kranis. That Irie should have died right there, but did not. It's like Grak is just going to take one for the team because he can't get away. And Omen, right down here at the bottom, he's gonna make it happen. Flash is there to save the day, but then he gets locked in, and there's really nothing you can do about that. He's immune. I mean, not much, or really no reason, I guess. So, Kranis He's jumping right on the Abyssal. Look at that. That's objective, objective, objective. Everybody's on point. This is the Kranas that I expected to see. They're hanging right in there. They do have more kills, but that kills do not necessarily equate to victory, as happened to me the other day. Grak missed that hook. That hurts for them anyway. Let's see. Really, just not a lot going on. I feel like the minute somebody pushes in, we are just going to see an absolute bloodbath, and that's going to be it. Whoever wins that will march down midfield and just win. Everybody's chilling around the Dark Slayer, but he won't be up for another 3 minutes, I believe. So, may as well see what you can do elsewhere, which somehow involves Valheim in the jungle. Can't really explain that. Irie goes down. Absolutely did not stand a chance. It was not her fault. We've got another push going on up top. Omen is able to take out Flash, but to what end? The base. Well, no, Malik's alive. There's a chance. There's a chance. You just have to believe. Let's see. Flip side. Can you make it happen? Butterfly is able to dodge that. Fortunately, we're past that. So, huh. Is Violet gonna do this? Well, there we go. Irie. Irie jumps in. I was gonna say, seems like Violet's doing all the work right there, but Irie jumped in and made a fool of me, which I deserve most of the time. Abyssal is about to go down. Assuming, no, they just didn't attack him. But Omen did live. And we've got a little bit of, yeah, when I say a little bit, we got Wave, we got 3 heroes. This could be the fight that we were looking for. Alice throws a stun, misses. Grak is just foaming at the mouth, just ready to get lunch. But they're not able to get it before Flipside takes the Abyssal again. Everybody in Kranas is kind of huddled up together. I feel like that's not necessarily the best idea. You've got to make sure Wave's getting pushed forward. You have to make sure. You just have to make sure. These type games, if you commit and it's not right, they are going to trounce all over you. Got minions popping up. Kranas is just hovering around that minion like it's a big deal. Flip side is prepared for a team fight, but I don't think they're geared for a team fight. Not against this team. Let's see. Flash goes in. Still think Kranas at the moment is in a more advantageous position simply because people are alive. But Kranas is going to be able to take that tower, and that's going to be it. The question is that going to hurt them losing that many people? Maybe not. Wave is at the base. That push can be huge. or it can be for nothing. Now we're about to find out. Violet taking the bat. Somebody needs to clear waves, but it looks like they are going to take the Slayer instead. We've got I mean 8, 7, 6 on Arduin, on Omen. The rest are like 10 to 20. But you really, just from a player standpoint, if you get the buff and they're all dead, you move, you push. Because that could have very well been the end. Let's see. Flip side. Just look how fast that tower died. I mean, we saw this earlier, but it could very well be that maybe you just need to go for the core and be done with it. But someone has to commit. We've got everybody right there. And that's a lot of heat. A lot of dead bodies. We still got the, yeah, nice. We still got the Irie and Omen fighting in whatever lane they're needed. But this is going to be the end, as there's no one there to even attempt to stop this. Yeah. So that's flip side 2-0. That's a pretty decisive thing. Zero flip side. We'll see what this means. I'm pretty sure it's a best of 3. I mean, ours was, but I think this one might be a best of 5. Well, let's just find out. Almost dropped it. I think that may be a win in favor of Kranis. See, I got all the rules for the ATF stuff because I was so excited about it. I didn't even find out what the actual breakdown was for the other section. So it may be a best of 5. Alright, so turns out it was a best of 3, and with Flipside getting 2, I mean 2-0. I mean, Flipside definitely earned that in both matches. They were strong. So in order for them to win, they have to I believe, and I'm checking on this now. I'm just trying to make sure. I believe Flipside has to win an additional set of 3 because they lost at some point. All right, so it may be it's not over yet. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get more caffeine and probably smoke a cigarette, and I will be right back. And we will get this final set done and see who wins the non-toxic esports farewell to the old map and welcome to basically the Kings of Glory map tournament. Anyway, back in like 2 minutes. Okay, didn't take that long. So yeah, another set. I just need to jump in and get this 4686. Boom, donezo. All right, maybe there it is. All right, we're about to get rolling again. Didn't even get my drink. We may have another viewer, I guess. Zelf, the leader of Zelf Nation, which, you know, that's Zelf. So again, as always, how is it going to change in the, how's it going to change in the bands? Krana's is pretty solid on their bands. They don't really change. I don't know if it's just because, I mean, you know what meta is. You don't want them to get meta characters. That's easy. So without those, they'll just have to work around it. Seems like you can either do that or pick those characters. Those are your only 2 options. Otherwise, the other team gets them. Then you're in trouble. And Krana's does not. They just don't seem big on changing. So only 2, but not getting answer from admin. Are all the spec okay? What's going on, man? Yeah, we're just getting ready. I don't mind just making sure. Don't play with fire. Yeah, just let it be. No. Don't join the lobbies. There we go. Watch from YouTube. All right.
Blue team's turn to ban.
And it's gonna be some regular old bands. Nothing exciting there.
Red team's turn.
How about
to
Aram?
ban.
We're gonna ban Aram first. It's Aram. Slims.
Team's turn to ban.
I'm getting Slims. Slims. Who's it gonna be? Is it gonna be Slims? Ah, you're throwing me off. I was really expecting a Slims right there. Slims. Slims.
Red
Here it is.
team's turn to ban.
I'm gonna say Slims for 1,000. Give it to me. You know you wanna. You know you wanna. It's gonna be Slims. Or maybe, see, maybe he just couldn't find the character.
Blue team's
That happens.
turn to ban.
Not Batman. Batman's only good to like level 8. It's sad. I wanted him to be better. He's still good. I mean, if you play him aggressive, I mean, he can be a good character.
Red team's
He's just
turn
not.
to ban.
He's not like S tier as far as the tier list, anyway. Linda's gone. Slims. Grack, really? Huh.
Blue team's turn to pick.
Chognar.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Now I'm totally in now. Give me some of that elephant love.
Turn to pick.
I might just totally just focus on Chognar. I am stoked about this. We got Malik. You can't stop the elephant. That's crazy. Just hang it up, man. I mean, you may as well just stack hit points and prayers. The elephant is coming alive. Now, the question is going to be, who do they build to counter CC immunity? Ulman is a good pick for that. Ulman, if you're not familiar, I'm sure most people are, but his ultimate basically locks you in a circle so you can't move, and Chognar's big thing is his ability to break CC, both for himself and for his entire team within a certain area. It is insanely powerful and very much overlooked in regular play. A lot of people just don't use them. But you know who does? This guy. And after they get the Chognar, they get Slims and Alice. I've seen people use dual support, specifically Chognar and Alice, and do extremely well with it. So that could definitely throw them off. Oddly enough, Rourke was also not banned. Huh. I don't even know if Kranas knew that. I almost would have picked him out of spite. For banning Grak. Leave Grak out of this. Alright, so Kranas is definitely winning on the support side. They're gonna need more health overall. Chognar can build. If you build it right with the right Arcana, he builds just below, I want to say it's like 14.9 on hit points. He's got some pretty high hit points. Roxy is a good option there. She's still mobile, and in the event that she gets stuck and can't do what she needs to do, Chognar can kind of cover on that. So we are going to finish it off here. They're going to need a mage. Now, who do you build with a team like that? I know who I would put on that team. But what are they gonna do? And Kali. I did not see Kali coming. But she is doing really well in ranked right now. I will be right back. Mm-hmm.
10 seconds remaining.
Now, I feel like Rourke versus Chognar. Not in that they're going to actually fight each other, but Rourke versus Chognar, as far as their ability to affect the gameplay, is going to make or break each team. But I say that, I also feel like there are enough counters from the other team to really make it such that Chognar, not going to say he won't be effective, but he won't have the potential, full potential. Roxy and Slims taking that red buff. Rourke got theirs. Yeah. Even so far, Chognar is like brutally annoying, which is probably why I like him so much. He's got that slow that is enough to drive anybody crazy. The range is huge. Alice is Alice is just doing work. Doze is fantastic on Alice, in my opinion. Roxy is going to be in trouble and is not going to make it. The heal, though, nice. Liliana is able to get in and poke, but Rourke. See, that's what I'm talking about. This Rourke is going to make this team work. I would almost guarantee it. Liliana is set. Is not going to let anything actually touch the tower. You got those jungles staying on top of it, leveling up. And as you can see, Chognar attacking mobs. Terrible. It's a nightmare. Abyssal is likely going to get killed by Beast as Rourke. Well, either way. Still went to red. The elephant goes down. Liliana may be in trouble if Kali ults, which she can definitely do. Nah, she backs off. Lumber Kali moving in from the top. Tower down. They've got enough there that, I mean, really either team, if they were to push, we could go either way. But Chognar, at the moment, just looking, I mean, he's got one item. And it's not a tank item. I'm curious. Well, I mean, I do use that on my tank build, so I shouldn't say that. Your red team moving in. Roxy is not going to make it, not with that Kali ult. The minion, the one surviving minion, makes it to the tower, pops off just a couple shots, and that's that. But it creates pressure. And this early in the game, that's really all you're trying to do anyway. Cause people to shift. The back goes down. Liliana's just chilling, kind of waiting for an opportunity. Chognar is just there, man. Doing stuff elephants do. Like steal the kill. God, I'm glad I got to see that. It just makes me so happy. He's a freaking elephant. You respect the elephant. Unless you're Malik. Malik can pretty much kill Chognar in any scenario ever. But he lives somehow. Abyssal's up. Looks like flip side. Is not. They're not going to get it. I'd almost guarantee. Well, maybe. Roxy, though. Hit points getting low. Abyssal goes down. But you've got a lot of stuff going on that could end in flip side going down. And I'm pretty sure that's what just happened there. Rourke is able to get away. Malik too. but they evened it out on kills. Gold is pretty close. Slightly in the favor of Kranas. And they're just steady clearing. They're about to get this tower. And that's going to even it out from a tower standpoint. And pretty much have it spot on, well, pretty close to being spot on gold. Huh. And now we rotate. Rotate and wait. The bat's there. Chognar is desperately trying to actually deal some damage. His build, he has a build which is good. I mean, all in all, the Kranas team is really staying on task. I mean, flip side is as well. I didn't mean that flip side was not. But Kranas in this game is really on task and paying attention. That was an elephant that took down that tower. Just throwing that out there. Slims gets another kill. And in really no danger of dying. Omen is going to lock Chognar down, I'm sure. Which happens there. And then as Chognar, that's the most depressing thing that could ever happen. Omen. Yes, 3 towers to 2 towers, but I feel like Kranas has a supreme advantage, even though really the advantage is only a couple of kills. They've been focusing on objectives. That's all I would ever want. Just do your job. Focus on objectives. Well, Kranas right now is pretty much explaining to you how to do that. Meanwhile, Rourke. Got Malik just kind of chilling. Everybody's just poking just to see what the other team does. I don't think either team is really prepared for an engagement. Maybe. There we go. Malik, well, he got dragged, but he still stayed out. We got Wave from flip side coming down on top tower. Kali ults, and Kali is gonna die. Kali, I like where your head's at. You just cannot get that close to these guys. Yeah, Omen is good in solo lane. He's a pretty good jungle too. And just for general daily use, use him as a jungle. Dark Slayer is Kranas. Yeah, Kranas gets it. And that could be the tipping point of this match. Looks like they're just gonna grab. Huh. I really thought they were. There you go. Abyssal resets. Not getting a lot of use out of that Dark Slayer, but they did prevent Flipside from getting it, so that can be a win-lose-win, I guess. What are these guys doing? Let's just take a look. We got the Kratos guys. What are these guys doing? I mean, Omen. I mean, I get that. There you go. They're migrating. Malik just got Fenrir's, which is a pretty substantial upgrade for him. That'll really help kind of clear some of the confusion. See, he's already dealing more damage right there. Liliana scares people with the ball, but it is pretty easy to dodge. Slim's taking out Kali. Slim's taking out Rourke. Slim's taking out Malik. Let's see what. Oh, Liliana taking out. Oh, took out Lumber only to get beat up at the end. We've got Slims. We've got Alice, but I don't know that they can take that tower. Is it disrupt? Nah, they just worked through it. They're gonna take the tower. Yeah, and that's it. That was a pretty interesting end. Not as exciting as I would have hoped, but not a bad game. All right. Alright, so randomly, does anyone have any questions for me regarding the PBL, non-toxic gaming, ATF, the Troubled Few, which is my guild, or any of the guilds within the PBL? We are very supportive of all of them and want each and every one to succeed. I guess I can't full screen that. Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do when he's just going off like that. PBL, well, it's this channel, but PBL is the Premier Valor League. It's a silly idea I had one night that the more I thought about it, the better of an idea I thought it was. So what I did is created a Discord community to essentially replace number one, guild chat. Obviously, my guild has a Discord, but the purpose of the PVL Discord is for guilds in general. Whether you're the number one in NA competitive guild or a guild that started yesterday, you can come to that Discord. You can meet guild leaders from all types of guilds, from casual to hardcore to competitive to eSports teams, and it's sorted such that you can access it and those people more easily. The original idea for the PVL came from a tournament that that I thought would be cool if we held. So anyway, the focus of it really is the community at this point, in building that. But we're also about to start our pro tournament, which is a 12-week regular season. We're going to have some playoffs, basically like the general design is like the NFL schedule. Everyone's got brackets, but every Wednesday and Thursday we will live stream that week's matches, depending on the team availabilities for Wednesday or Thursday, and you'll be able to see basically really high level gameplay, similar to what we're seeing in this, but it's gonna be a true league. Website, our website should be up in a couple of days. It'll explain everything. But even though the original idea was basically to have a tournament, it has become a community hub for all guilds and all players to look for guilds and to grow. So, Uncle Bucks, if you are in a guild, let your guild know. And obviously you're welcome to join the Discord as well. I'll post that just for the sake of you having it. It's pretty slow right now because of this. And we get Chognar again. Heck yeah. Oh, well, how do you... If you're in non-toxic, how do you not know about the PVL? APOC is like one of the most active contributing team people. You're missing out. Anyway, non-toxic is in the PVO. I agree.
Blue team's turn to ban.
Grak. Aram, Chognar, Grak. Irie, Lindis. And let's just say Superman. Xenial. Huh.
Red team's turn to ban.
Oh, man. Well, you should definitely tune in, really starting on Wednesday. It's our pro tournament for the PVL, and we are actively trying to essentially find a way to cover the gap between regular ranked matches and international ESL competitions. You know, there's no in between, so we're gonna be that, because that's what the game deserves. That's what the players deserve. And Omen. It's a good pick. Though technically, I guess he didn't pick him. Alright, looks like Kranis is getting Morin. Alice, maybe. Yeah. Alice and Malik. For Kranis, we got Omen for Flipside. Give me something. Give me that Jinnar that I've always wanted. Or Vera. As much grief as she gets. Vera. Have you guys seen the video for the new hero that should be coming out tomorrow? He looks like Groot. His name is Yibneth. Like Y''BNETH. I don't think there's any way to say it. But his kit looks really, really cool. I think that's going to be more of what I was looking for with Baldum than it turned out Baldum was capable of being.
Red team's turn to pick.
Alright. So, let me just try something real quick, just out of curiosity. Probably not going to get visual for a second, but I'm just curious. I just need to check something out. Alright. Game capture. Yeah, I just don't think. Can't do it. It just doesn't look the same. Alright, Alice, Flash, Arduin, Omen, Crest, Umber. Umber, yeah. Here it is, Umber. Lumber. On one team, we've got Malik, Alice, Slims, Roxy, and some questionable person for Kranis. Now keep in mind, Flipside won the first two matches in a row in a best of 3 against him. And then Malik, like how? Malik, Alice, Slims, Roxy.
Red team's turn to pick.
A lot of potential. And by a lot of potential, I feel like I'm eating the one option here. And there is one option. Hey, yeah, there you go. Do it. Why not? Oh yeah, Tulin. That's terrible. Of all the people that should have known that, you would think he would. So, left and right. Who do you think's gonna win? They're both fairly meta. I mean, Flash, Violet, Omen, Arduin, Lumber. Seems like a good team. Oh, Roxy.
10 seconds remaining.
Alright. Let's see where it goes from here. Alright. So,
Welcome to Arena of
will
Valor.
Kranis finish it out, or will Flipside continue their comeback?
Deployed in 5 seconds.
Kranis needs one match to win, and Flipside needs the next 2 matches to win. Not a lot exciting going on. I mean, Kranis controlling that. Just a little bit of poke, really. Not much. We've got Flipside basically tit for tat on buffs. Doe's just covering as much ground as he can. As usual, just giving visibility and obviously being annoying. Let's see. Flash. Can't really die. Not to lumber. So we've been waiting on this trap for a minute. I feel like maybe it's not the best trap. We've got Almond beating up on poor Roxy. Seriously? I mean, they're not going to do any of this stuff in kids' school now. A lot of heat going down. Looks like, yeah, Lumber is dead. But you know what? Such is the life of a tank. You want to be respected. Eh. I just don't see... I don't see this going any way but Kranis. Their team build is a lot more concise. Now, it does appear as though this Tulin knows what he's doing, so that is good. Lumber just hanging out in the bush. We got nothing going down on bottom. We got 1 holding off 4. Really still no commitment though. Ullman tried, but he didn't want any of that. Come on. I'm like Uncle Bucks. Give me some of that mage on mage action. Give me something real. Flash clears wave. Tulin moves in, try to steal the sage buff that we already. Yeah. Semantics. Lumber is definitely dead, yeah. We still have my grandfather pictures. What do you think? What do you think they're gonna do? Yeah, sad. But it's me. Woo! Man, this Tulin is almost doing enough damage to make a difference. Just almost. His aim's on point. It's just a matter of time, man. He's going to get a couple items, and he is going to be ruthless. But turns out not a lot of people were terribly concerned. The Abyssal's still wide open. Roxy's still just chilling. We got a little bit of action going on, but nothing big. Everybody just backed out, except for me. We got a nearly gonna almost maybe not do that. But you got to commit. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm an aggressive player, though. I mean, I respect people that have the patience to see stuff like that through. Oh, and Eraser still have that sinus infection. I sound like garbage. It's got me tired. I've been yawning. It's been rough. Living it rough today. All right, Roxy grabs. Doesn't really get a chance to do much. So you can't beat that passive. Alice is trying. Kim is not. I mean, ugh. Yeah.
A red team tower has been destroyed.
And just not a lot of direct contact.
A blue team tower has been destroyed.
Oh yeah, and random side note, I did just call Slims Kims. Come on, Malik. You're right there. You're right there, man. Ah, you got the enhanced. You got the enchantment. Oh my God! Somebody's attacking. There it is. I'm gonna snap for love. Tulin and no. The Abyssal just gets murdered. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. This Slims is definitely on point. He's got poor lumber by 4 levels. Could be that Slims is the one that is going to make this thing happen, unless something changes. And that something should likely be just aggressive play. I mean, it's not a bad thing. What is a bad thing is this Malik and the Slims. They're ready, and the Slims is super high level. The Malik is just right. He's in line, you know, with everyone else. This is what I have trouble with. In the AWC matches, those teams were not chasing kills at all. Those were just an added bonus. So you think about it, I mean, these lower scoring games like this, these are the best ones because people are actually, number one, committed to play for some length of time. And I mean, just the whole thing really is challenging, but worth it. Flash is able to get away. But Tulin is just on it. Everybody's kind of jumping in on the Abyssal. Arduin is there, but he doesn't want to be anymore, so he rolls out. Meanwhile, Roxy. Still just clearing waves. But they're moving in. Kranas is right there. They are ready to defend their territory. And as soon as they do it, whoever engages, if it's close to the Dark Slayer will die to any and all who are able to win.
Ultimate.
It's so quiet. And Kranas looks like he's going to take out Dark Slayer. Slims is there. Malik. Yeah, dude, get out. Don't go back in. No. No. A lot of people just taken right out. But will they respond? And yes, they are. They take the tower down. They should take this tower down as well. That Slim's doing the damage he is. Alright, they're going to build a wall in front of Slim's. And they're not going to take the base. Or maybe they are. Yeah, that's all they really need to do is just take the base. No sense in even killing people. Man. Now that would be a frustrating match. I mean, really, everybody was playing ultra safe, and it was confusing. From my standpoint, anyway. I think that might be it. Alright, yep. So that is going to be the end of the tournament. So the two winners were Kranas eSports and ATF. Two clans that are involved in the PBL. And like I said, the PBL tournament will start Wednesday. What we're going to try to do is make Wednesday and Thursday your prime time AoV viewing, where you've got big teams willing to make stuff happen, and you should be able to learn something from them. In this particular match, the one we just watched, everybody was being ultra conservative, and it was really a matter of who could poke the most. We have a very, very interesting mix of people in the PBL. A lot of them were teams that participated in this tournament, but I think after maybe week 1, week 2, we're going to see a lot of people interested in that and watching the videos with you. We're going to try to build it up and do what we can, or the streamers anyway, do what the streamers can to make it more engaging. We found a couple of bots for Twitch that are really interesting, so may have somebody streaming it to our Twitch, but all the information that you need is going to be at twitter.com/Premier Valor. Like I said, this was not a Premier Valor League tournament. This was hosted by NonToxic Gaming, and you should absolutely show NonToxic some love. Thank you to Incarnate from NonToxic for donating a portion of the prize, and thank you to Priv8Dancer for pitching in, and thank you to everybody that pitched in. But anyway, like I said, just stay on point, check the Twitter, and we will be streaming the true Premier Valor League Pro Tournament next week. See you guys then, and I'll drink some coffee beforehand, so I'll definitely be good to go, because that's gonna be fun. Have a good night, guys.